it's come through. Go for it.
Lovely. So basically, it's just a little recap of where we're at and moving forward. But I want to start out with Marie did a survey. And thank you, Marie. She did a quick survey 2nd of August. And the idea behind the survey, we realized, was just to understand what the perception out there is of our community, what the Gardens Watch value proposition is towards the community. And she sent it out as a Google form, and we only unfortunately had 27 participants, but also fortunately we had 27 active participants because only 2 completed partially. I'm just going to give you some key findings and then I'll move along. The interesting facts was that, as you can see, majority of them are live in houses. We've had a few businesses that completed it, a few people living in apartments that completed it, and then a few people are renting. And then the majority were owners of the property. And the interesting fact that we took out of this was, if you look at the contribution directly towards Gardens Watch, was that it's quite split. So then from there, and unfortunately I'm not going to share my screen now, I think it's just showing some bandwidth. The rest of the questions that were compiled, the key outtakes for Gardens Watch, what we found was, as a watch, we need to make the sign-up process and onboarding process better, which we'll definitely work on. And then individuals want to be part of the Gardens Watch and ongoing projects, but are looking for more clarity on how to engage. Then, in general, people do want to support the Gardens Watch and the community through volunteering their time or financially, more on the voluntary side. And then the cleaning project were hands down a standout comment and a common thread throughout the answers, that it's a success, people appreciate it, and that it's definitely something most people are backing and supporting on the financial side. Please just stop me if you can't hear me. Then what people expect or want from a Gardens Watch or a watch in general, what we found was, of course, cleaning, number one, which is amazing to hear because it's a successful project. Then community building initiatives, crime reporting, and projects that offer upliftment. Then want to get to existing platforms we're using. So something not everyone is aware of. About a year ago, we moved a lot of our reporting, internal reporting, but also it's very open to anyone who is a member to join, is using Slack. Slack is a better communication tool to organize. We see it as a filing system where every fault report code goes in there. We use it to store photographs, basically, and we run projects there. So anything from short, mid to long term. Most of the projects are long term, or cases are long term, as you would find. Then from there, as everyone know on this call, we've got 2 WhatsApp groups. We've got the security group, which is ideally and has been defined, especially in the last few weeks, as it's the aim to facilitate communication between the community and the outside stakeholders. If there's an event of emergency, I personally can vouch for this. When the accident happened very close to our home and we had to assist and reached out, and a lot of the community members did come out, and Darren and his wife Darren assisted tremendously. So it's that group is very closed down purely for security reasons, and then purposes. From there, we have the community group, the WhatsApp community group. There's actually currently exists 2 of these groups, but the one that originally started, which is the group where you want to, it's a general communication group where the cleaning related issues should be shared, initiative or project status should be shared in the short term, fault reporting, because from that WhatsApp group should be able to be taken to Slack so that we have data. The more data we have, the more you can do, the more you can take it to the city. Community upliftment projects, Time Plan being one. Time Plan has had so many skins over the last year. I've been part of this and ideas, but still everything lives on Slack, but there's constant communication going on. And then just general announcements from Gardens Watch. The unfortunate thing at this stage is not many members of the Gardens Watch committee are part of the original community group. So there's not an opportunity to communicate outwards. And then lastly is the newsletter that does go out quarterly. And going back to the survey, the 27 participants said they 100% understand not everyone wants to be part of a Slack channel or Slack workspace. People want to be part of WhatsApp and want to see a newsletter. And that is what we are aiming to solve, especially not being active on a community group, because the crime-related group needs to be tight-knit. People need to be able to respond, and there shouldn't be clutter on there. Then lastly, I think a big positive, and mostly I have to say thanks to Nikki. She's formed most of these relationships. In the last year, we formed relationships with the SAPS, the law enforcement, City of Cape Town law enforcement, CBAR, Watchcom has helped me personally on numerous occasions with small little incidents or nuisances in the area. And they're not obliged to come to our area, and they do. Other watches, Nikki has connected with the 66 OH, DPV, DBK, CCID, ward councillors. Thank you, Brandon. Ian is not here, but thank you to Ian. He's come out to multiple meetings in our area, and there's a few other ward councillors. I know Nikki has connected with Cape Town Tourism. We've had some really good conversations with them. Then the schools in the area, CPT, Torah High, St. Mary's Primary, Gardens Commercial High School, good positive relationships there. NGOs, that I know up front, there was a very big aim for us to form relationships with the likes of Hope Exchange, service dining rooms, like Marie said, DBV, HIV care, and then streetscapes. Businesses, Deluxe, I don't think there's a representative of Deluxe here, but thanks to Deluxe, good relationship with Deluxe, Ikaya Lodge, always, they've been part of Gardens Watch from the beginning and supporting. And then Grumpy and Runt, Engine and Shell, both of them have helped tremendously in various ways. And then through Christine and Nikki, we managed to get a board or a seat at the every 3-month council meeting with our councillor Ian, where everyone in the ward, representatives, and I'm that person to sit in, you listen, what are the issues, and I can report back. Everyone does have the same issues. And it's literally sounds the same. Everyone reports back and it's the same issues over and over, and the city is trying their best to work with us. So it's just having a positive conversation constantly and not not going to the negative. So those are the relationships I've informed. So that's from a communication point of view, my report back.